The third picture with his mentor, Alexandre Bonvin et Jean-Philippe Bonardi. So welcome. Okay, so maybe a few words about you, Alexandre, if I may.
Yes, please go.
Yes.
Be my guest.
You don't start with me, Séverine.
I'm sorry, no. But I'm coming.
We're not waiting for the video?
It was a year ago, actually. Okay, so Alexandre, you're competing for a bigger than myself, unlocking entrepreneurs' power. So in terms of a few things we should know about you, is that you have a background in economics and finance. You studied in London, in the US. You have also a family, a very entrepreneurial family too. So you first start a little bit like trying to work with them about subjects they are into, especially in real estate, but no, it wasn't really for you. It was probably a little bit too slow. So in 2018, so you came back first from all these trips. You came back, and in 2018 you were purchased opportunistically, I would say, because it was a word that you used. First company called Kiss Kiss. Okay, so I don't know if everybody knows, but you should know. Check it out.
Recognize a few clients.
And then step by step, actually, you realize really that, at least in Switzerland, but probably in broader scope, you could leverage really the e-commerce world, okay? And we will see how. So now, anyway, you're leading a group, Audacia, which counts today around like 15 companies, or very soon 15 companies. Your added value on all these companies really to value really each founders of them. So you will explain to us, of course, how you do that. But this is how we wanted to introduce you. So now questions for you, Alexandre. Jean-Philippe, I haven't forgotten you, but you will come later. Don't worry. So first question for you. So you created your group Audacia in 2018. What means actually Audacia? And what's its main mission?
Audacia means audacious in Latin. I picked the name because it was a bold move. I was quite young and acquiring a company with 15 people and like in a business that I didn't know because my background is more finance and real estate from my family, and I've never sold sex toys in my entire life, so it was a bold move.
So start somewhere. Huh?
Exactly. So that's why I thought that it was a fitting name. Okay,
and how would you explain the main mission of Audacia?
So we really try to find a promising company and unlock their full potential by giving more time and resources to the entrepreneur managing it. Mm-hmm. So we take over what's boring, let's say, which is mainly, sorry for some people, but HR, admin, even like sometimes marketing. We take it, we internalize it, we do it professionally, and the manager can just think about his product, who he wants to sell it, who he wants to scale, and everyone does a better job if they like what they do. And I can tell you that none of the founders like to do HR. It's always a daunting thing, and having professional people doing it for you really unlock the full potential.
Okay, so they can really concentrate on developing their business.
Exactly.
Okay, clear. During our first discussion, so you said that you liked it the old way. Okay, so just understand it the way you want. But then, no, in your words, it was like you were not fully aligned with the startup spirit, if I may say so, which was for you just to burn a little bit too quick the investors' cash. What deep value is this linked to for you, actually?
Well, again, I come from my family come from the real estate industry. It's a quite slow industry.
I should say also from Valais.
And from Valais. It's very, very important. No, so a lot of startup now, they just look at the top line. They really want to increase the number of customers they have, the number of sales. They don't really look at the cost structure of a company. And I think what makes a country great is the tissue economic, it's the SME. And you can't have a country with only startups that burn cash. At one point, money is a tool. If you don't use well the tool, you will break it, and no one will give you another one. So if we don't teach people how to respect money and use it well, I think it will be bad for the entire economy, because we have a lot now of baby boomers retiring. They want to transmit their company, and no one wants to take over those companies. Why? Because everyone wants to have a startup, very sexy, be on the news, and show a crazy growth with more and more employees, because it's sexy to have a lot of employees. I can tell you it's not. What's sexy is to have a sustainable business that you can transmit from generation to generation, and to contribute to the economy. And I think this is very, very important. And I don't like that, that's my personal opinion, that we put those startuppers that they are big stars and that everyone wants to be like them, because most of those companies, they burn cash, and we never know if they will be one day profitable.
Okay, clear. Clear message. Thank you very much. And last question, okay, if you had a dream, actually, what's your dream, actually, for all these entrepreneurs, also for you if you want, but then for the entrepreneurs that you're taking care of, okay, that you're unlocking?
So that they can do what they're good at and what they love. We have a lot of people who love to do accounting, a lot of people who love to sell sex toys, I don't know. But if you love what you do, you will always do a better job than if you don't like it. And we need to have more entrepreneurs. It's very important for our economy. We need to have a lot of SMEs and not just big corporations. And I want people to take the risk, to do what they like, and try to live out of that. That would be my dream.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alexandre. So now, Jean-Philippe Bonardi. So let me present you. So you're the former HEC Lausanne Dean. You're also the co-founder of E4S. So I would like you also maybe just briefly explain what E4S is and what's the main purpose of your company before we go to the questions with Alexandre.
So the first thing is, it's not a company. It's actually it's really a university. I mean, it's a joint venture of three universities or academic institutions. The University of Lausanne, in particular, through HEC Lausanne, which I was running at the time, EPFL, and IMD. And so it's called Enterprise for Society, because the idea there is to try to think about the economy of tomorrow. How do we build, in fact, more sustainable companies? Mm-hmm. How do we work on these questions related to sustainability, and how do we use the best we can technologies and new technologies to go in this direction? So that's a little bit the project we do. So we do what universities do. We do research projects. The difference that we do it together, across
the three of you.
Different disciplines. Mm-hmm. So it's very interdisciplinary. We have a master program, so we teach students, and then we have innovation activities where we build, where we bring together actually, our researchers, but also companies, startups, companies of any kind, organizations, to try to find new sustainable innovations.
Thank you very much. And Alexandre, be ready, because even if actually Jean-Philippe is not working for a company, he has a very strong entrepreneurial spirit.
I know.
For an academic guy. So let's go.
Thank you, Séverine. No, I mean, thank you very much for the invitation. Very, very happy to be here. I mean, I don't like to be in the role of the old guy, but but I guess at some point it has to happen. So. Anyway, no, very, very happy to be you and to be with you and to interact with you, Alexandre. The first question I want to ask you, I mean, as we were saying a minute ago, the institute I run is a lot about new technologies. It's about what we can do with them, how can we push them, and you're really a specialist of the digital world, right? So the question I want to ask you is, are we done with most of the innovation in the digital world or not? And if not, what's your vision for where we have, where we're going with this?
So, in my opinion, it's just the beginning. The people who say, we've invented everything, like they're dead, they will never achieve anything. It's we keep reinventing ourselves and new technology and new things that we don't even think about. What I do is very low tech. If we check with, if we compare to the other nominee doing AI and things like that, it's just a website. We use digital channels to touch our clients. Why? Because now the people are there. But you know, I'm a millennial, and now we have the Gen Z. They are all on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I'm trying to push my people to be on TikTok, and this is just something small, but it's very difficult already for me to move toward that direction. But in terms of technology and innovation, it's just the beginning. I think sky's the limit.
Yeah, but in spite of that, you know, there's been already a lot of disruptions, right? I mean, certainly, you know, the digital world has been, you know, disrupting a lot of industries. I mean, do you see that coming, and do you want to be part of it? Maybe
yes,
that's
obviously.
The best question.
Yeah, obviously I want to be part of it. So I think every industry will have to reinvent themselves. You know, real estate, people having commercial real estate are suffering. Obviously, people now, they want to have the ability to order online and receive everything the next day. What you can do, like what can we do with those real estate, retail center? We can reinvent, give an experience. People are, you know, they want to meet people. They want maybe to go to a restaurant. So you always need to reinvent yourself. Obviously, I want to be there. I think the e-commerce industry will stay for a long time, but we always have to be careful that we are not disrupted by something different. And I don't think that the internet is the last step.
Okay, we're finished. I can have
you have 1 minute.
Another quick question. The other thing, you know, that I was very interested in when I saw your profile and stuff is the notion of you know, the Valais, of course, but you know, the ecosystem around it, right? When we think about innovation, what we teach a lot is this notion of collaborative ecosystems, how to build them, and so on. What's your perspective on that? I mean, do you think it's important, and how do you build that?
No, I think it's paramount. Again, I'm against home office. You know, they can do 1 day a week. I think people need to be at the office. They need to collaborate. You know, I need to have the people from the marketing discussing with the production, discussing with the IT. Everyone, they have pain point, and if they don't discuss, they can't solve that. I think it's very, very important to have ecosystem. We learn from each other. I'm very curious, so I love to have the people there. Like this, I can ask questions. People, you know, now we have access to a lot of information, but sometimes we have asymmetric information, and it's, you know, creating those ecosystems, having people coming from outside is paramount to create innovation and to create a sustainable business, in my opinion.
Okay.
Thank you. So collaboration for success. Perfect. So now we will welcome your questions for Alexandre and Jean-Philippe about... Alors, Jean-Philippe, first question for you. So, Jean-Philippe, in the academic environment, how do you see the entrepreneurial spirit evolving?
Well, I mean, it's been evolving a lot over the last 10 years. You know, in most of the universities, you will see lots of development of accelerators, of incubators, many more entrepreneurial courses. So things have been really moving up extremely fast. The only thing is that universities themselves are not very entrepreneurial. That's the problem, right? So I think that this is actually the part that we need to crack. So it's less about the teaching of the students and doing that in programs. That's actually us, right? I think we need to look at ourselves more in the mirror. And you know, and I'm really talking about, you know, the universities there. I mean, it's a bit less the case, you know, when you look at schools and pure business schools. But clearly, universities, we have to do a lot more. We need to reach out. You know, I completely agree with what Alexandre was talking about when he was talking about when he was mentioning, you know, the importance of this ecosystem, being part of it, being at the core of it. I think we universities should be there, right? And I think we're not completely there yet, right? So that's in a way, you know, in the center that I run, this is what we're trying to do. But you know, there's still plenty of stuff to be done.
And if I can just add on that, like universities are like amazing because you attract the best talent and you can retain them. And once you study for years somewhere, you know, you've made friends and maybe your family is there and you want to stay there. So in my opinion, universities have a huge role to play. Right. And because you attract the best talent in the world.
And you know, EPFL has actually, you know, realized that. For instance, you know, the decision to come to Valais or to come to Neuchâtel is actually creating a lot of goodwill, right? In Valais, it's quite amazing.
The best place on earth.
And how do you have any issue, you Alexandre, with attracting talents actually in Valais? Because most, where is your?
So we have offices in Lens and in Sion, so most of the warehouse is in Sion. We don't have a lot of issue to attract talent. The most difficult is to find them. Once we find them and we show them what we're doing, so we try to be very attractive for the people. We do a lot of seeing like outside of the office. We try to have a really good environment. People spend a lot of they spend a lot of time at the office. So it needs to be attractive, but at the same time, Valais is amazing. You can still buy a house for a good price. You can go hiking. You can
you should
drive
talk
a
to
car.
Valentine, maybe. Okay, good. So sorry, because I should not forget the question from the audience. For you, Alexandre, you're a first-rate entrepreneur and doer. What are the next 6 months going to be for you? Next move? Any targets you have already, or?
Yeah. So normally at the end of the month, I should do another acquisition. I'm always looking for new acquisition. Why? Because it's good to bring new blood in my company. We always learn from them. Every time we acquire the company, we learn from them. We didn't impose our way of doing stuff. I wouldn't acquire not a shitty company, but an unsuccessful one. Most of them, they are doing well, and they have like good people in house. That's why you pay money to acquire a company. So the next 6 months is, a few more acquisition and the summer, which is a great season for me with Sticker Kid. We were trying new machinery, so some stuff that we put in place, like we started putting in place 2 years ago, we will try them this year. So very excited about that.
Okay.
So I think this question everyone wants to know. So
what is it? Because
I have
it's
them
insisting.
I have them on Sandbox. No, that's the one. No, the NFT
that's the one.
I try to do a joke. I don't have a Wineyard, unfortunately.
Okay. So tell us if it's coming or if it's in your target. So thank you to both of you. So it was like Alexandre, bigger than myself, unlocking entrepreneurs' power. Thank you very much.
And vote for Alexandre.